Hello and welcome. Fulton County Library System here, and we are very excited to share with you an author talk that we did recently in celebration of National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day. We're very excited to introduce author Ellen Miles of the very popular children's book series, The Puppy Place and Kitty Corner, and even more. So we are very thrilled that she agreed to talk to us today. So hope you enjoy that. Joining the Fulton County Library System. My name is Liane. I'm a librarian at the Milton Library, and today I am with children's book author, Ellen Miles, right there. Yay! Welcome, Ellen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming to this virtual meeting with us. This is very exciting for us. Today is National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day, as we know. And I know that adopting shelter pets is very important and personal to you, Ellen. So really, your books are a lot of just dogs trying to find forever homes, which is the best. I love that so much. So what sort of animal rescue organizations do you like to work with? You're in Vermont, right?
I'm in Vermont. I'm in a very rural area, so I don't have a rescue organization right nearby that I can help, like walk dogs or anything.
Okay.
I do give some of the money that I earn from my books to the Central Vermont Humane Society, which is a really terrific organization. Does a lot of great work.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so generous that you do that. That's really
Mostly,
cool.
I just I feel like well, I also just really try in my books to educate people about adoption and fostering and those things.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I love about the Puppy Place series. I mean, I'm a dog person. I love it. But that's really sweet that you do that. And I think that helps a lot because, your young readers are learning, how to be responsible pet people in the future, which is
Mhm.
awesome. I love that. So you have any pet friends today with you that we can say hi to?
Here, Zipper, come on, come on, come here, come on, come on, come on, come here. Look what I got for you. Come here, come on. This is what Zipper likes to do to his toys. So
Oh.
this is his. It was a beaver. Now
Aw.
it's this. Come here, Zip. Come here. Come here. Can you
That
come
looks
here?
about right.
Come here, Zip. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come up. Come up. Come up. He doesn't want to say hi. He just
Zipper,
wants to stay down there.
hi Zipper. That's
Zipper.
okay. He's so
Say
cute. I love his
hi.
voice. Oh, big yawn. 10 out of 10 for the yawn.
He's a good boy.
Aw, I love that.
Now he wants
So
to play
how
tag.
many books are in your Puppy Place series? There's a lot.
Oh gosh, it's always a hard question because I'm like working on number
Yeah.
60 something,
Wow.
but the ones that have been published, I think there's 60 plus or
That's
minus
awesome.
that are published right now. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear that we're still working on more. That's really great because we always need more dog
I
stories.
am.
So that is super great.
Yep.
Ellen, I have a question for you. I was reading one of my favorite books of the Puppy Place, um, is Pugsley, the Pugsley story. And he just really feels like a real dog.
That's a fun.
So I was wondering, are the dogs like based off of actual dogs in real life? Some of them?
I Pugsley is not, but well, I mean, all of them are in a sense because
Mm-hmm.
I like to observe dog behavior and pay attention to people's stories about their dogs, and everything I read about dogs or see about dogs online all goes into the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Pugsley is not based on Muttley is. I did write one called Zipper that's about Zipper, sort of about, it's based on
Yeah.
Zipper. There's one called Mocha that's based on a real dog. So yeah, many of them are.
That's so cool.
But many of them are also just they're made up,
Yeah.
and I research when I decide what breed I want to write about or what
Mm-hmm.
mix of breeds. I research that breed and I get to know what their personality types are
Yeah.
and what they look like, obviously, and that sort of all comes together to create
Yeah.
a hopefully believable puppy character.
Yeah, for sure. I know, I'm sure like a lot of kids, like when they're reading your books, like see their own dogs in some of your characters, which is cool. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I have a question here from one of our friends. I can play it for you. It's an audio clip. So let's play her question.
Okay.
I want to be an Hello, my name is Julie and I live in Marietta, Georgia. I want to be an author.
Mhm.
If you have any tips for aspiring authors, I would love to hear them. Thank you. Hello, my name is
I don't know if you heard that.
I
Did
did
that?
hear it,
Okay,
and
good.
that's a question I get asked a lot when readers write to me, and I just love it when kids are thinking about that they want to be an author
Yeah.
because to me that means that they love books, they love to
Hmm.
read, and they love to write. And really, my biggest advice, if you want to be an author, is to read as much as you can and write as
Hmm.
much as you can because that's how you learn, and
Yeah.
that's how that's really every author in the world will tell you that that's what they do. They read and they write. So read everything that interests you, from stories to nonfiction and the newspaper and the cereal box and everything else, and write stories, write a journal every day, write a letter to your teacher that you're not seeing every day right now, write a letter to your librarian. Just keep writing and practicing writing, and that's my best advice, really.
That's really cool. Thank you so much. I'm sure Juliana will appreciate that. So I have a couple more questions. I have a question from Jacqueline in Milton, Georgia. So she has a few questions. So let me just pull this up and then we can hear what her
Okay.
questions are.
I'm Jacqueline and I have 4 questions for you. Have you always wanted to be an author? Have you had other careers? About how much time do you spend writing each book? And do you handwrite your first drafts or type them? Thank you.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Those are some good questions.
Great questions. Did I always want to be an author? Not necessarily, although I always loved to read and write, all through school. And my mom was an author also, and so I grew up with that in my mind, and I think that kind of led me on. Other careers that I've done a bunch of work things in my life, but two things that are very related to being an author are I've been an editor at a publishing company. So, I've worked with other authors on their own books. And I've been a librarian, and I love librarians, and I love libraries, and I'm just sort of all about reading. So uh, those are a couple other career things that I've done in my life besides writing.
That's cool.
Um, oh, how long does it take me to write a book? It takes about, I would say, like 6 months or so of like
Hmm.
from when I really start having the idea to getting the idea outlined to writing the idea. And then it goes back and forth between me and my editor a couple of
Okay.
times. So, and then there's another 6 months in there before it actually gets published. So, like, I'm working on a book right now that will be published next spring, a whole year from now.
Oh, wow.
So it's about a year-long process
Okay.
altogether.
That's interesting.
Um, yeah, and that's fast for publishing, actually.
Wow.
Um, and do I write in longhand? I do. I write on the computer, but I often do a lot of my planning and thinking and outlining on longhand. I like to use just like a big yellow, I don't have it right next to me, a big yellow pad, like a legal
Hmm.
pad. And for me, there is something about writing by hand. And actually, there's scientific research on this that writing by hand stimulates your brain in a different way than writing on a keyboard. And I do find that that's true. And that sometimes if I'm just stuck somewhere, I'm trying to type on my keyboard, I'm stuck, I can't think of what comes next, I'll just switch over to my yellow pad and just try to write. Even if it's like sort of nonsense at first, sometimes that then leads me somewhere else. I have one writing teacher who says even if you're stuck, you can take your pen and you can draw spirals, or you can write the alphabet
Huh.
over and over again, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Huh.
10. Any can get your brain spinning.
Wow,
And
that's really
actually, I'll just
awesome.
say that the other thing, and this is also a tip for people who want to write, is that for me, my ideas do not come to me usually sitting at the keyboard.
Hmm.
My ideas come to me the way I just said, or and sort of have my attention be elsewhere, and then the ideas, or sometimes some authors will say they get ideas in the shower, or while you're cooking or doing something else. It's like sometimes it's hard to just sit and stare at your computer and go like, oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
switching it up a little bit, taking your dog for a walk in the woods,
Awesome. Well,
a
thank you.
good
That
time.
those are some really good tips, I feel like. I had never heard that, to just start doodling and just writing and scribbling and stuff. That's a good. I'm gonna try that because we all get stuck sometimes. So that's a really cool trick. Thank you. So I have two more questions from some friends at the library.
Okay.
So these are the folks from New York, and this is Emmett and Natalie. So I will play each of their questions.
Okay.
My favorite puppy is Goldie. What is yours?
Okay, so that was Natalie.
My favorite puppy obviously is Zipper. Because
Aw, that's so cute. I love that. So Goldie was her favorite, and your favorite is Zipper for reasons. We already met Zipper, so we know why we love Zipper. Okay, and then this other question is
yeah,
from Emmett.
When did you start
okay.
writing your own books?
I didn't really start writing. I was doing, as I said, some of these other things, being an editor and being a
Mm-hmm.
librarian and various other things, until I was really in my 30s. And now I'm in my 60s. So it's been a while,
Wow,
but
cool.
I didn't start super young with writing.
Yeah, that's really neat. Everybody's got a different journey on how they get to where they are, but that's really cool.
Absolutely. That's
That you
right.
went for
Yeah.
it and you had ideas and you were like, I'm going for this. So that's awesome, and we appreciate that. We love the Puppy Place books and the Kitty Corner. Shout out to Kitty Corner. And we know you've got some other series too, but we appreciate what you do. It's super cool.
I'm so
Um,
glad.
Yeah. So I don't think I have any more questions. I got all my questions in from my friends from the library. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out today to speak with us. Just want to remind everybody again, this today is National Adopt a Rescue Pet Day and Adopt a Shelter Pet Day. And we thank Ellen Miles so much for this opportunity to get a little bit of information about how you write. So that's really cool. So thank you so much, Ellen. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Leanne. It was great talking with you, and I loved all the questions.
Oh, good. Thank you. I'm sure the kids will be happy. Thank you so much. We'll hope to keep in touch, and we look forward to your next book or books, probably.
Great. Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.